Over a year ago, Merve phoned us up to say that he wanted a lithium battery system put into his Bailey Unicorn Valencia. We were happy to oblige, and Merve sent us postcards and phoned us up and sent us emails every now and again to tell us how happy he was with the way the system was working. Then, a couple of months ago, he phoned up again to tell us he'd bought a new caravan, a Coachman VIP 575. And he wanted us to take the lithium battery system out of his old caravan, put it in the new one. So he's had the system in this new caravan for 2 or 3 months, and I thought it'd be great to come and talk to him again and find out how he's getting on. So I tracked him down to Merve's natural habitat, which is a CL site somewhere in darkest downtown Norfolk. Merve, come out. I know you're in there.
Hello, Andy.
Hello.
I can't get rid of you.
No, it's nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Come and have a sit down and we'll have a chat about how you've been getting on with your lithium batteries. So Merve, you've had the lithium battery now in total for well over a year, and in the new caravan for a couple of months or so.
Yeah, since the 8th of May.
What's your overall experience of lithium
Well,
in the caravan?
It's
been
just not comparable with lead acid. It's freed me from any worries in a way. It's even my wife puts the inverter on these days and does toast and whatever, and I don't worry. I don't worry about
just because she's a woman. You know.
No, it's been absolutely fabulous. I mean, with what we did do when we bought the new van is we had the solar increased to 300 watts on the roof, which was no problem at all. We went away to Wales just after it was installed, actually, on this van, just after you'd finished installing it on this van. And we went away to Wales, and it was not, I wouldn't say it was inclement, but it was well overcast. There was lots of rain. There were many days that were cloudy.
It's Wales.
It is Wales, and there were 1 or 2 sunny days, and we had a nice time. But the thing that it did was it just proved that the battery could hold a capacity. And even on the dullest days, it was putting 1 or 2 amps in, and we never really ran the battery down below. I think the lowest we got to was about 89%, something like that.
Wow. And did you ever stay on sites with hookup?
No, never do now.
Just never, as a matter of principle?
I've not stayed on hookup for 6 years. even with lead acid, I decided that why was I going to pay somebody to give me electricity that I can make myself?
So you didn't stay on hookup when you had lead acid, but what's the difference between not staying on hookup with lead acid and not staying on hookup with lithium?
Well, first of all, the lithium, it seems when you put a load on it, it seems to be much slower going down a scale. So you can.
Well, the voltage holds up.
Yes, voltage holds right up with the lead acid. Now, I haven't had the lithium. I've had the lithium just over a year, as you say, and I had my lead acids for 2 years before I started to notice something was definitely wrong. The capacity wasn't holding. And then I did obviously some more research, and I found out that with lead acid, if you ask big draws of it, it starts to warp plates.
With an inverter, for example.
Yeah, with an inverter, which I'd got, and I still have the original inverter even with this system. You can warp plates and all the rest of it. So I was studying all the time. I was finding out new things all the time. But with the lithium, it doesn't seem to be happening at all. It's doing exactly what it is. What it was doing over a year ago,
yeah, as
to what it's doing now.
In theory, it should carry on doing that for 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Knows. It all depends how you use it, and if you don't discharge it much below 80%,
which I never have.
Yeah, that's really going to increase its lifetime.
Yeah, I never have. I never need to. I mean, we get up in the morning. We have our toast. If we have one round of toast each, it's a 2-slice toaster. We can take it down 4%, drop it from 100% down to 96%. If we want another slice, down to 92%. That's it. You've still got to remember that you're on a battery. It's not like you've got endless power coming down a cable, but used properly, you just do not know you haven't got an EH
Okay.
yet.
Well, look, let's go and have a look at the battery, see where it's positioned, and then we'll have a look inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, fine.
After you, sir.
Thank you.
So, Now, on the previous caravan, you had the battery under the bed, didn't you?
That's correct, yeah.
And on this one, you've got this very nice battery box, which is waterproof.
Yeah.
And just perfect size.
It absolutely is, and we've had to put it in the battery box, obviously, because the caravan is not the same design. We haven't got the facility of the bed box. We've only got a bench seat, so we've had to move the battery into the.
Well, it's ideal as long as the box is waterproof.
Oh, it's been perfect.
Then it's absolutely fine. Absolutely. I noticed you even get a little battery spanner, but you know you're not going to need that for 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years.
I'm sincerely hoping so.
So you can get rid of that.
And I'm sincerely hoping I'm still around in 20 years.
You will be, Merve. Right, let's go and have a look at what you've got inside the caravan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Right, here we are inside your almost new caravan.
Yeah.
Oh, smell the newness.
I know, lovely, isn't it?
Oh. Right, the first thing we want to look at is the display, which I notice is right there.
That's right.
Let's have a look. It's 100%, Merve.
Normally is, Andy. Normally is 100%. Yeah, especially on a day like this.
And also, interestingly, there's nothing going into the battery, even though...
Or out of the battery.
You've got... Yeah, but what's interesting is nothing going in from the solar panels, 200 watts, but because you've got that Votronic regulator,
it's stopping it from charging.
It's stopping it from charging.
And the other thing is, sometimes when you're charging a tablet or a phone, it still stays like that because there's so much.
Yeah,
it doesn't even affect it. It doesn't even affect it.
Now, I'm delighted to see that you've actually got the toaster here with bread standing by.
Yeah.
Is there any chance of me taking up on your offer from last time of a slice of toast?
Absolutely, that's what I thought I would do.
Good, well, we'll bear that in mind. Right, let's have a look at the actual electrical
all the
gadgety bits, which are under here, aren't they?
Yeah, all the electronics and the battery, obviously the battery's in the battery box at the back there, but I'll show you what we have here. It's a Mensa test. So here we have the brains of the system. This is the back of the battery box that we've just looked at, obviously. Then we have the 3-link, which is where all the live feeds go in, because it's different with the lithium. The live feeds go on this particular system. All the lives go into this box here, the 3-link. Then we have here the priority switch, which prioritizes between EHU, if you had EHU, and inverter.
We've got to say, for some people, they may not know what EHU is.
Sorry, electric hookup. It's electric hookup. Yeah. So it looks for a 240 volts. If it doesn't find a 240 volt, it then goes and prioritises for the 12 volt, the battery or the inverter. Yeah. Then just
what it does, it makes sure the inverter and the mains and the hookup aren't on both at the same time.
That's right.
Because if they were, you'd be in big trouble.
That's right. Absolutely. Whereas before on the other one, where we didn't have that, we had to change one plug for another plug, and that's how we did it that way.
And now all the sockets in the caravan are live at all times, as long as the inverter's
switched on. And I have a switch at the front of this locker here, which, if you can see that, that you've just heard the microwave go on, and all the system has now come live. So to kill off the inverter completely, all I've got to do is that, and the system is now dead through the inverter.
And you do that because the inverter on its own uses a little bit of power.
Will take a little bit of power, yeah. It will do. It'll take power. Not a great deal, but that's why it's sitting here on its heatsink. Not that I've ever known, to be fair, I've never known the inverter get even warm, let alone hot. Then we have the wild side battery to battery charger, which is responsible for sorting out the voltage from the car when we're driving along and making sure that it either doesn't go or goes where it should go.
And what it does, it charges the lithium battery up to 25 amps.
25 amps, that's right.
When you're driving.
Yep, that's correct.
If you didn't have that when you're driving, you might be lucky to get 10 amps max.
Yeah.
Of which probably most of it would be used by the fridge.
That's right, yeah, 25 amps coming out of that. And that's basically, and the only other thing, of course, is the most important thing, the Votronic regulator, the control of the solar regulator. Because we've gone up from 135 watts to 300 watts on the roof, we've now changed this from a 165 to a 350, which basically handles extra wattage, and that tells you that the battery is full. It's got the battery full light on and various other indicating lights that tell you various information, which I won't go into. But that is basically, it fits very neatly into the bed box, into the seat, under the seat, and we just hadn't quite got enough room to put the battery in, otherwise the battery would have gone here as well.
And there's no maintenance, nothing to do?
No, nothing at all.
You don't hear any sounds?
No, the only thing you hear is, if I can just show you this, if I put the inverter on and put the toaster on, you can hear the cooling fan going on the inverter.
That is actually a noisy inverter.
Well, under the bed box it's not. It's quite quiet, but that's why I'm looking at an NDS. That's why I'm looking at changing mine.
That is very noisy. I'm surprised to hear that.
But that's the original inverter I bought. I'll just turn that off. That's the original inverter I bought, and it served us up to now, but I am looking now to go to the next stage of inverter and get something that's a branded make. And then once I've done that, my system will be absolutely complete.
Good. Well, look, hey Merv, I can actually smell the toast getting ready already. So can you actually turn it back on, and we'll
sure.
Let's have some toast.
All right.
So Merv, this is what I call a result. I've got my toast made with a toaster, powered by the inverter.
Yep.
You've got your lithium batteries.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Are you happy with your lithium batteries? Tell me what, if you could actually sum up in just a few words, a few phrases, what the lithium battery's done, what would you say?
I just think life's simpler. I haven't got to carry, for a start, I haven't got to carry a cable around. I haven't got to get it out of your bag. I haven't got to plug it up. You arrive on site, I flick the switch and I'm on. I'm powered up. Plus the fact that together with the safe fill cylinder that I have, the refillable safe fill cylinder, I am self-contained power-wise. While the safe fill is looking after things like the fridge and the cooking, the lithium battery is taking care of the lights and the pumps and the television and the toaster and the...
You can go anywhere, can't you?
I can literally go into the middle of a field, and if I've got a spade and a tap somewhere, I'll survive. I'll be fine. It's been an amazing adventure. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. It was in the very early days when I said, why am I paying this amount of money when I can do it myself? Because I've always been a very independent person, and with the modern technologies that are coming through, it's happened. And the other thing, of course, is it saved me a lot of money, because
which would surprise a lot of people.
Which
people say, "Whoa, it's so expensive."
That's right. I mean, people say, "Oh, the price of lithium," but when you consider I've had this thing fitted for just over about 14 months now, haven't I? I think it was May last year that we had it fitted, and now we're in July 2019. I've looked at the sites that I used to go to, so I've based it on a real world price, and I have worked out that in the weeks that I've been away, and that's about 13 weeks all over the 14 months, I've saved about £675 in a year. So all of a sudden, lithium doesn't look so expensive now, does it? It's over half paid for. And this is what people don't get. They don't see the big picture. All they see is a price tag.
Yeah.
Oh, can't afford that.
Yeah.
But it really is a brilliant investment. I'm a guy who, I like a good investment, and I think this is one of the best investments I've ever made.
Excellent. Okay, well look, this is great toast, which is made by Mrs. Merve.
Made by the sun.
Oh, by the sun.
Made by the sun.
Oh, powered by the sun.
Powered by the sun. And
marmalade's not.
Oh, the marmalade is no, that's
so look, how about we come back in next year?
Yeah.
And maybe going somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to. We'll sit and I'll tell you exactly that it's just as good. And
right.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
You can be our guinea pig.
Okay.
I'll catch up with you then.
Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm just going to finish my toast if you don't mind.
Okay, mate.
Thanks, Merve.
Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers.